So I recently sat down to watch V for Vendetta for the first time. Fun fact, on top of watching movies and playing video games here and there, I also have a decent collection of comics and graphic novels that I've read or have yet to read. And as you can probably guess, I recently read V for Vendetta by Alan Moore. Naturally, I decided to watch the movie directly after, and while it's definitely not the most faithful adaptation, I still thought it was very well made and stood well on its own. Taking place in the future, the story follows an anarchist named V who, with the help of a woman named Evie, attempts to take down the UK's totalitarian government and unite its people. Admittedly, the story plays out a bit more simply compared to the graphic novel, playing out as a somewhat straightforward revenge tale set against a political backdrop, though I still found it to be very compelling to watch and contained just enough here that I thought still managed to get the message of the source material across. Watching how V enacts his plan was always interesting, due in no small part to how these scenes are crafted, right down to the cinematography and music, giving a very chaotic and somewhat elegant feel to the whole thing that made it very entertaining to watch and enjoy as its own thing. Speaking of V, Hugo Weaving is an absolute treat to watch as the character. Again, this version honestly just covers a couple aspects of the character, but it's hard to dislike anything about it when V has so much eloquent charm to him that Weaving absolutely nails with every line of dialogue. Natalie Portman as Evie also does a very good job. Going from someone initially hesitant with going along with V's mission to seeing how her character develops over time was very satisfying to watch and helped reinforce the themes of this film. There is one thing that confuses me though, and it's an event involving her during the middle of the movie. It's a scene that's also in the comic, but what made it a little less believable isn't the scene itself, but the reasoning V gives behind it. I'm trying to stay spoiler free, but this was something that still racked my brain even on its own and didn't completely work for me, but let me know what your thoughts are there. Even with some creative liberties taken, V for Vendetta still managed to be a fascinating and politically charged film thanks to some solid direction and standout performances, and this is definitely a film I recommend people watch at least once.